I mean, since 1983, you have been on this mission to bring awareness to the plight of the Black farmer in the United States of America.
Yes.
In a space where we dominated and owned, there were no other stewards of the land besides indigenous and Black people.
That's correct.
And so, what has kept you in this fight all these years?
The faces kept me in this fight. My mentors, the whole original board of the MBFA is no longer here except for me. So I see the faces of Linwood Brown, who's a real good activist, Sylvester Warren, who wound up with the largest settlement, about $8 million for individual settlement early on in the Black farmer movement. And what you hear is you hear about slavery, you hear about Jim Crow, then you hear about the Civil Rights Movement, and then you hear Black Lives Matter. But in the middle of that was John Board. There was a Black Farmers Movement. We were protesting. And I believe that the first settlement for Black farmers is the most significant thing that happened to Black people since the Civil Rights Act, in my opinion, because it brought an apology. Some farmers got land, and it brought $1 billion into the poorest counties in this country. That's why you didn't hear about it. It went to very poor people that never seen a check for $50,000 and $12,500 for taxes. And we deserved a whole lot more. And when we took that settlement,
and what year was this?
1999. So
99.
From 1983 to, I would say, 96, we didn't get any press, and I couldn't get media or anybody to even touch it. And when we came up with the name, we were debating at my house, and some of the farmers said, hey, man, you got to say minority farmers.
Yeah.
You got to use this term, that term. And if you say Black, everybody's going to run from you.
Yeah.
So in the 80s, people were saying minority farmers. They didn't say Black. And I said, what you guys think about Black farmers? And Sylvester Warren said, maybe, and it was February, and it was getting dark, and they turned my lights out. And Sylvester Warren said, there it is, John Board, with no D on there. It's just as black as 40 hills in here. We're going to call ourselves the National Black Farmers Association. That's how we got the name.
Oh, I love that.
The National Black Farmers Association. And
but then you don't get any press till 1996.
1996.
When you bring your mule up to D.C.
Brought my mule to D.C., and the mule was my dad's idea, you know, Quiet Storm, and I learned everything from being a man from my dad, being a good steward of the land. He said the land knows no color. He said, John, the land never mistreated anybody. People do. You be good to the land will always be good to you. You take care of your land, you'll be able to pass it down to the next generation. He says you can't leave your PhD to your children, but you can leave your common sense and your deed of trust to your kids.
Yeah.
So these are some things that my dad taught me, and that mule was his idea. And we took that mule to Washington, D.C., and I tied him to the gate to tie my wingtip boots on that I had. And I tied him, and the mule hard head like Black people. You know we hard, we don't listen. He's pulling on this gate, and out comes this brother with an afro. His name is Ben Johnson, and that's how I got to Bill Clinton. And before that, my first trip to Washington, D.C., as a FFA student, I was the only Black FFA student in my school, and I was a three-letterman. I played sports, anything with a ball, man, basketball, football, baseball, whatever I could play. And all my friends teased me. They said, boy, what the Samuel are you doing in FFA, man? You wasting your time in there. And they had this trip going to Washington, D.C., and they said, you want to go? I said, yeah, but I don't have any money. They said, we're going to give you a stipend. I said, what's a stipend? They said, we're going to give you a little pocket change and some money to buy lunch and this type of thing. So I went, and the staffer comes out, big old Afro man, tall, dark skinned guy, and he says, "You and you and you and you, come with me." And he took us to the Oval Office, and Jimmy Carter greeted us, and he was on his way out of office, and that was my first experience. And Jimmy Carter started talking to me like the rest of the guys wasn't in there, and he said, I told him about my mother's parents who were sharecroppers. My mother's parents sharecroppers, and they sold bootleg whiskey, so they ran a shot house. Nobody brought their wives to the shot house. They brought their girlfriends and a good time and a porch full of lies and a guitar, and they sung. And so I got to see what shucking and jiving looked like.
Yeah.
And my dad's family, and Grandma Ruth was an amazing lady, and Granddaddy Lee. I learned arithmetic from Grandma, how many pints and how many quarts, and how to pour liquor with one hand, and
The essentials.
and, oh man, she said, you better not waste a drop of my whiskey with a T and a K. I don't know how she pronounced it, but you better not waste a drop. And my dad's family were churchgoers and deacons and preachers and sung in the choir.
Yeah.
And Granddaddy Thomas was by the book. So I got to see what that looked like, and I got to see what my Grandma Ruth's life looked like, and I put them both together and took on the government.
Wow.
So when I walked to Congress, I knew when a member of Congress was by the word and by the book, and I knew when somebody was shucking and jiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm going to vote for you. Yeah, man, I'm going to vote for you. Yeah, man, I got you.
Yeah.
People didn't like Chuck Grassley, Republican, politics, But when he told me he could relate to what happened to black farmers and that he was going to be one of the lead sponsors on a bill, I said, okay. I don't like everything else you've done, but I like this.
Yeah.
In politics, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, you need one or two friends on the opposite side that you are on.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, you'll be spinning in the mud for the rest of your life. So we take this mule to Washington, and then I met Jimmy Carter, and the guy that greeted me was the same mentor that brought me in to see Jimmy Carter.
It's the same one who takes you in to meet Bill Clinton.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Full circle moment.
Full circle, man. And he went on to, make relations with Hillary Clinton for me later on, Al Gore when he's running for president. Be kind to your mentors, because they can open doors and take you places that you'll never get on your own. Your mentor is going to be the one that says, if this guy's at the table, he's solid and he's going to do what he tells you he's going to do. You need those kind of people to move in any kind of circle you're in.
Yeah.